According to Samara Khan from the Journal of Accountancy, about 50% of America fears running out of money in retirement. And according to the responses I received from my survey, 70% of you are moderately to extremely concerned when it comes to running out of money in retirement. Now, saving money for retirement may seem like a very daunting task, especially since it is recommended that you have 10 to 15 times your final year's salary saved. So therefore, if your final year's salary is $100,000, you will need at least $1 million saved before you retire. Now you may be thinking, why do I need to save this much money? Then that seems like quite a bit. And that is just because uh, expenses in retirement can add up very quickly. For instance, Michelle Singletary from the Washington Post states that a couple should expect to spend around $275,000 on Medicare premiums alone throughout their retirement. So my name is Kordell, and I am a senior majoring in accounting and finance, and I am currently enrolled in 2 investment courses. And now I would like to take some time to tell you a little story about Angela Zhu that I got from The Balance. So Angela, she graduated from college in 1998 in South Florida. During her time in college, she worked as a waitress and she invested into a mutual fund. So she was able to invest $15,000 into her mutual fund, and she was able to acquire a gain of $1,800 or 12%. So, but now that she had graduated, she had a lot more free time on her hands, and so she used that free time to invest into individual stocks. So she did her research and picked the stocks that she wanted, and in the first couple of days, she was able to make a gain of $2,000. And so she just continued to go with it, and she was able to acquire more and more gains. And she did also take some losses, though, to the point to where some of her investments would plummet $20 a share. But so she would eat these losses, though, and just continue to do her research and continue to invest her money. And in the end, it paid off because in just a matter of 2 years, so year 2000, she was able to acquire a gain of $150,000. So she's just a great example of how you can make a good gain whether you're investing in a mutual fund or if you want to take the time and do your research, you can also make a good gain investing in individual stocks. And it's also important to note that she started all of her investing in college. So for those of you who are concerned with not having enough money for retirement, uh, you're not alone because it's a concern that many Americans have, and is a problem that I hope to help you solve today. And this problem is a problem that every American must face at some point in their lives. But this problem was not a huge problem to some Americans not too long ago for 2 main reasons. And the first reason is because they were able to rely on their pensions that they were guaranteed through their work, and so they did not find it necessary to start investing their money in the stock market or in individual funds or anything like that. So that has drastically changed now, as Jerry Griesel from Business Insurance states that only 20% of Fortune 500 companies offer a pension now, which is down from 48% in 2005. And the second is unclear if Social Security will still be around in 40 years or not, or if they will do something to adjust it to where you won't receive as many benefits just due to the fact that people are living a lot longer than when Social Security was first constructed. And Stephanie Christensen from Mint Life states that the Social Security Commissioner claimed that he believes the government will only have enough assets to pay 75% of the benefits in the year 2033. So the combination of the loss of these two things leaves it up to us as the individuals to start saving for our own retirement and just to take more initiative in the process. And not that many Americans are handling this newfound responsibility very well. As Esther Brown from CNBC states that half of Americans do not have anything saved for retirement at all, and this number actually matches the number that I received from my surveys, as 50% of you guys have stated that you have not started saving anything for retirement. Kathleen Elkins from CNBC explained a study where they took individuals who have started saving for retirement and they included individuals who have not started saving for retirement, and the median amount in the retirement account was only $5,000. So clearly there is a problem in America right now, and this is a problem that you may think, oh, I don't need to start dealing with it yet. I just need to worry about college. I'll worry about it later. But this problem is a problem that you should worry about now, and you should take action on now, or else you'll be forced to play catch up when you get older, which is something that you definitely don't want to do. And you also need to realize that it is not just your problem that you need to face, as it may have a negative impact on your family. So if you do get to the retirement age and you don't have as much money as you wanted, or not enough money to live off of at all, then that responsibility could then get passed down to your children or maybe even your grandchildren to pay for those expenses. And now that I've covered the problem, I would like to explain how you can have money in retirement without having to rely on Social Security or pensions. So the best way to start saving for retirement, as many of you already know, is just to start as early as possible and using two popular methods. And those two popular methods are investing in individual stocks or investing into an index fund, so a mutual fund. And so for those of you who would like to start investing your money into individual stocks, I would highly suggest using Robinhood, which is a free app that you can download whether you have an Apple phone or an Android phone. And this free app allows you to make free trades as well, which is a huge cost that is associated when it comes to trading, like day trading or just trading individual stocks. As Ariella O'Shea from NerdWallet states that other investment companies, they'll charge you between $5 or $10 per trade. So, I mean, you can imagine how fast those costs can accrue, especially if you're making, 10 trades a day or however many trades you're making, that cost can definitely add up. And this is a very active form of investing, so it will give you a great opportunity to learn more about the stock market, and it will also give you an opportunity to invest in the individual companies that you feel will be successful as well. But for those of you who would like to start investing and you wish to do so more, passively, you don't really want to watch the stock market every single day, you don't want to pick your individual stocks, and that's completely fine because they do have things called index funds, which would be perfect for you. And so Tepper from CNBC states that in 2017, the S&P 500 index had a gain of 85% in had a 10-year gain of 85%, so about 7% a year. So some of those popular index funds are like the S&P 500 index fund offered by Vanguard. And so the first objection you may find many people say in college is that, oh, I just don't have the money to do it right now. But that is not necessarily always true, as there are usually many ways that you can cut back and you can save a lot of money. For instance, according to Fox News, the average American spends about $1,100 a year on coffee, or about $3 a day. So if you were to save $500 of that a year, or about $41 a month, for 4 years, then you would have $2,300 in your retirement account. And then if you were to just leave that $2,300 in your retirement account for 40 years and not make any more contributions or don't withdraw it at all, then it would appreciate to a little over $50,000, and that's assuming you get an 8% interest. So this just shows how cutting back on some things and making some small contributions to your retirement account can really pay off in the end. Now, the second objection you might find is that people may claim they just don't have the time to start doing it right now, and they need to start studying for tests or something like that. But you don't necessarily need to devote a lot of your time to start investing your money. As I have alluded to above, there is a passive strategy such as investing in index funds, and if you set up an account with Vanguard, it's really nice because you can set up your bank account information, so it can make automatic deposits into your retirement account. So this will be nice, so you don't have to manually do it, and it's also nice because you won't be tempted to spend that money because it won't be there for you to spend to go out to dinner or go to a movie. And so spending this little bit of time to set up an account it will help you be a lot happier in the future. So whether or not you act upon my suggestion will have an impact on your future. If you don't act on my suggestion, then I suspect that your future will be pretty grim, or you won't be as happy, just because of the fact that if you don't start investing now, then when you just say, I'll do it when I get older, but when you get older, you're going to have things such as a family, a house, a car payment, and so you can have these larger expenses, so it'll be even harder to find the time and money to start investing. And then once the retirement age does hit, you look at your account and you realize, oh man, I don't have as much money as I thought I would, and I can't afford to take these nice trips with my friends, and so you'll just be stuck sitting at home, watching television, knitting a sweater. And finally, if you do follow my advice, though, then it can have a great benefit to your future. So you'll be used to saving for retirement once that family comes and those larger expenses come. And so when retirement does come, you'll just be your nest egg will be huge, and you'll be able to take those nice trips, and you'll be able to live out your golden years in style. Sorry. It is great to know that you need to start investing early, but you just need to start taking action on that knowledge. So now you've sat there and listened to me try to persuade you to start investing and saving for your retirement. First, I talked about the loss of pensions and the possible changes to Social Security that will impact you as a future retiree. And second, I talked about the ways you could go about investing, like using the Robinhood app or investing through Vanguard. And lastly, I tried to explain to you the outlook of your future, whether you act upon my solution or not. Now, I want you to go download the Robinhood app if you feel like being an active investor and picking individual stocks, or I would like you to go and open an account with Vanguard and start investing in index funds and start watching your nest egg grow. Thank you.